Welcome. Let's finish 2 Timothy together today here in chapter 4. Paul concludes with a solemn charge to Timothy to preach the word with urgency, whether it is convenient or not. He warns that a time will come when people will reject sound teaching and seek teachings that suit their desires. Timothy is called to remain steady, endure hardship, and fulfill his ministry fully. Paul reflects on his own life, stating that he has fought the good fight, finished the race, and kept the faith. He looks forward to the crown of righteousness that the Lord will award to all who long for his appearing. Paul closes with personal remarks, requesting companionship, providing updates on other believers, and affirming that the Lord stood by him even when no one else did. He ends with confidence in God's faithfulness and eternal glory. Here at the end of this section, he's saying, look, there will be people you thought who were with you who will not be. God is always with you. But Paul did treasure the fact that he still had fellowship with Timothy. Sometimes you have to walk alone. You have to be willing to do that with just God by your side. But we certainly should be thankful when we have support. We are reminded here that our calling is not shaped by comfort or applause, but by faithfulness to God's truth. We may be tempted to adjust our teaching to fit the desires of others, but we are called to speak what is true, whether or not it is popular. This chapter challenges us to stay steady, to carry out our responsibilities with diligence, and to endure difficulty without losing heart. Paul's example encourages us to finish well, fully trusting in the triumphant return and reward of Jesus Christ. More than just believing, we are to remain committed through every season. When others drift, we must stay anchored. When we feel alone, we must remember that the Lord stands with us. What does it mean to stand with Him and Him with you? It means to preach what you believe to be true and not let it be shaped by what other people think or how they will respond. We all need the truth of the gospel, not some version of it that fits the narrative of the moment. 3 questions. Number 1, what helps you boldly share truth, even, quote, out of season? How is it sometimes challenging to reprove sin, but also maintain patience? A couple of pressures there. One is it may not be popular to speak against some activity. How do you find the courage to do so? And then at the same time, when you're doing that, how do you stay patient and gentle? Are you praying about that? Ask for God to help you to know how to say things at the right moment in the right way. Question 2, what kept Paul faithful to the Lord Jesus Christ no matter what he faced? What was it about Jesus that kept him there? How do you use these truths and promises to help you daily? I would love for you to know one promise of Jesus that, because you know it, is going to empower you to stand for Him in the face of this world. Question 3, how has the Lord stood with you, even when others were not there in times of need? Do you believe God will rescue you and bring you safely home? So there's a looking back and a looking forward. Can you think of times when it looked like you might have been alone, but you know that you weren't, and you now can fully understand how God was with you, or at least appreciate? And do you know that that's the way it's always going to be, even into eternity? Final prayer. Benevolent God, help us to remain faithful in a world that often turns away from truth. When we feel tired or discouraged, give us the strength to continue. Teach us to speak with clarity, to love with courage, and to endure with hope. Let us not measure success by applause, but by allegiance to you. Remind us that you're near, even when others leave. You are the one who equips, who defends, and who rewards. May we finish our race with joy, with our hearts set on your return. Keep our eyes on the crown that does not fade. That great glory crown on Jesus and the great glory that will be bestowed upon His in the end. God is always with you. That means today in every way. I hope you have a wonderful day.